Alright, so I guess we'll start as soon as Billy gets back.
That was worse.
Who is that?
Somebody with their speakers on,
I
clearly.
clicked Billy's link.
There's a problem.
I just recalibrating. Did that work at all?
Don't have enough points. I am the maze controller.
Yeah, Billy, I think that's better, by the way.
And I have absolute authority in this game.
Yes.
Game? Game.
Except for now, we have some kind of story that is being narrated by the voices of Billy.
You're listening to the Mazes and Monsters clip.
It sounds like the voices of Billy.
Did he just call him JJ? Is the DM's name JJ in that movie? I think that's what he said. Hold on, I'm gonna back up.
Why can't I remember?
Right, hold on.
JJ, what am I doing?
Dude, the DM is JJ.
Own. He's gotta be good then.
Hey, it's the goblin trainer. I mean the ghoul trainer.
Nope.
Yep, that's him. He's ugly.
Alright, so we left off with the Goblin King telling you all the goblin. He didn't tell you the goblin plan. He said that you all had one last trial left to kill an investigator who had found out about the, or has been finding out about the goblin plan, and he wants that stopped so that the goblin plan can go off without a hitch. And if you do succeed in your quest to kill the investigator, then you will be welcomed into the Goblin Clan as an agent of Buckler.
Who's Buckler?
Yep. Agent of Buckler.
It's an acronym.
It's an acronym
Gotcha.
that they wanted to spell out Buckler.
What does that nickname, that acronym mean? I think it means someone tried really hard to spell the acronym Buckler.
Exactly. Alright, so yeah, he tells you a couple details. He tells you his name. His name is Holmesmer,
Holzer, yeah.
and tells you a little bit about him. He lives in District 9. They know that he lives in District 9. They believe that he is in the employment of a guy that you know, Sir Leo.
Gentleman Leo.
Gentleman Leo, yes, sorry. And that is about all that they know. They know that, you know, that he is an investigator, and that's about it. So, some goblins have seen him, so they are able to draw you out a pretty rough sketch, but it looks like a police sketch where, like, man, that could be anybody. So, so alright, and he says I forget, how long did he give you all? What, like 3 days? 3 days? Yes, he's like, you know, tells you all that.
I don't know.
I thought it was a week, and I was trying to ask for 10 days.
Maybe.
Alright. Well, he'll give you.
Don't listen to me. I've been
I
drinking.
thought it was a month. No, alright, so he gives
Waterfall is still there.
he gives you a week.
You know what? I think maybe my microphone is picking up you all talking.
Hmm.
It stops as soon as you start talking.
Yeah, it's not echoes, it's just like background static.
Well, on my little microphone thing, you know how it glows yellow when noise is coming through it or whatever?
Yeah.
Anytime you guys talk, it's glowing yellow. Of course, this is new, and I haven't done or changed anything since last time. Okay.
Which is weird, because every time it's doing it when you're not talking, we see it, like, doing that in the corner of yours.
Weird.
So just always talk a little bit, Billy.
Joe, you're listening through your actual speakers right now, though, instead of your headset, right?
Here, I can put my headset in.
Try your headset and see if that makes a difference, because that's the only thing I can think of that's different than our normal setup.
Yeah, because if we're really quiet, nobody say anything and Billy stops.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on.
Test. Test.
Because I'm in the magic of radio, I forgot I usually use headphones and I did not tonight.
Ah,
Did
That
that
could
fix
be-
it?
yeah, that could definitely fix it.
Well, I just plugged the headphones in, so.
No, because when you stop talking, or when we start talking, or you stop talking, it still is doing it.
Okay.
It's not that annoying.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Let's just roll.
It definitely has to do with us talking, though.
Okay. That's weird. I'll dig around a little bit while you guys are working on stuff, and I'll see if I can figure it out.
All right, cool. So yeah, tells you all you have a week, and he starts he turns over a big sand timer that says 1 week on the bottom.
Dramatic.
Yeah, well, it's a trial to become an agent of Buckler, so it is dramatic. So yeah, he's like, says something very dramatic about how you have until the sands run out, which will be a week. So go.
Alright, fair enough.
Joe, when are you talking? When are you having your conversation with me?
Whenever it seems like there's a good chance for me to talk with you privately. So if we start like leaving the goblin area, for example, if we're gonna go like try to do some surveillance on Holmeser, then I'd probably talk to you on the way out.
Okay. For some reason, I thought you were.
Are we gonna hit the market first?
Yeah, that's what I thought, was that we're going to do the Goblin Market, and that we might find a time alone while we're still in the Goblin area.
Oh. Well, that's true. If people are going to the market, then yeah, I can talk to you while people are looking around there.
That's right. I was supposed to figure out the list of shops.
And then email them to us, and we never got the shop.
Yeah, not bad. Okay, so there is a leather shop, mostly dogs and cats and rat skins that have been leathered. There is a meat shop with, pretty old, is like some fresh meats, but they're pretty nasty, a lot of like salted meats. There
I fixed
is,
it, Billy, whatever that is that you just did.
I lifted it off of my table. Okay, there's a couple other settings that make me sound drunk, so I don't.
Well, whatever it is, right now we do not have the whatever it is you're doing right now.
All right, just
went away.
let me- ugh.
okay, so there is a, like an equipment place that sells a lot of like mundane adventuring items. There is a,
Quick question, guys. Sorry.
go ahead.
You can hear that? You
Sounds-
can hear me when I'm talking right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there feedback noise?
Test. Nope.
No.
No.
Test, test,
okay.
test. No, no.
Okay. Okay. Hold on, just a second. Now is there feedback noise?
Test.
Test,
Nope.
test, test,
Nope.
test.
Good. Sorry. We're good. We're good.
All right. Sweet.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay. So then there is, a place that has like some arms and armor. Nothing special. There's not even a single masterwork thing. There's pretty much most of the stuff that you would find in the equipment list in the player's handbook, but
I'm guessing the goblin armor guy sells a lot of like goblin sized stuff, so not like human sized great swords and stuff like that.
yeah, I mean they're mostly all small stuff.
Which we're all small except for John. So.
Just out of curiosity, what does everybody typically use? Like I've got, just so you guys know, I've got a short sword, a short bow, and daggers, and that would be pretty obvious to everybody. What other like weapons do other people typically carry?
Are you actually differentiating size in this, JJ? Then, because the manual doesn't even bother to differentiate.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I mean, yeah, it's not really an issue. Like anybody can pretty much use anything.
Really?
As small characters, or maybe it's just halflings, we have trouble with two-handed weapons, I believe.
It's small.
I think the only thing I generally carry is a dagger, but I almost never have it out. But
I
you've
don't
probably
carry-
seen me with it. here
I
and
wear
there.
leather armor, but I carry no weapon.
And Jonathan is tiny. Use like a hammer, I think someone said, and that would be appropriate for you.
I mean, when I smack things, it's what I have in my little text bubble.
Right.
Warhammer.
Billy, is that you have a longsword or something?
I do have a longsword, yeah.
I have a
Okay.
Warhammer, a hand crossbow, a shield, chainmail.
Okay. And Billy, you said you're doing sword and board.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, just curious.
All right,
Thinking,
and you also. Sorry, go ahead, John.
that with a Warhammer versus getting the attack with a sword, they're not going to bleed out.
Okay, and you will also see a kind of like a. There's this old female goblin down at the end. You know, kind of like a little soothsayer booth. You know, and she has a lot of bones, rat bones hanging around, and
Let me guess. We pay her gold and she tells us our future.
and if you pay her a gold, she will tell you your future.
So that is a last campaign thing where we paid her gold. We refused to pay her gold, and she eventually like caused our ship to blow up and ruined us on an island. And she was a douche.
How did she cause that to happen through telling your fortune?
She didn't tell us our fortune because we didn't pay her.
Yes.
Oh man, karma. That's good. So yeah,
The feedback is back now, Billy. I don't know if something changed.
It's very intermittent.
Yeah.
it's only when we speak, so it must have something to do with like our voices, you know, interfering with the speakers or something.
Alright. Let me try something else here. That seem to affect anything?
Hello, test.
When you talk, it seems fine, but whenever you get quiet, then it's like really.
You're not playing in the normal spot. Where you're walking around.
Joe had to go hide in the pantry and play
Oh,
D&D.
I'm trying to look for like.
Okay.
So does anybody want to learn their future?
Not for gold. I don't have a gold.
One gold piece. Screw that.
No thanks.
Okay.
So actually, I'll walk up to her and I'll ask what I'll ask if she can tell me anything for a silver.
Don't do it, Joe. She's a cheap bitch, Joe. Don't do it.
She
Well, no,
says.
I'm not saying I will. I'm asking if she could.
No.
She says I can tell you many things for a silver.
Joe, just so you're aware, that's a bullshit lie.
Oh, she can tell you many things. They may not be true or applicable to you, but she can tell you many things.
Yeah, I'm inclined to think my buddies over there are right. Like, I would need some sort of proof or justification before I can just hand over money for vague promises.
By the way, on this same regard, if we run into anybody who's named Jim, don't say a word he's a dick liar.
Dick liar, that's right.
Hey, did that
Let's
fix?
see.
Are we good now?
It's still there.
Dang on it.
It's not as bad, but it's
It's
still
not
there.
as bad though, yeah.
Let's see. All right, Joe. She. All right, she whispers to you so that no one else can hear it. And shit, not Jonathan. Joe.
Interesting. All right. I'll give her a silver. So yeah, I'll give her a silver and ask what else.
Okay.
What she has to tell me for that. Oh, the feedback just went away, Billy. Good job.
That's because Billy just left.
Daggone it. Daggone it!
She whispered that to you.
Eula looks very pissed off right now and walks away
Yeah.
from the woman.
Joe, I'm gonna come up to you after that and be like, for a silver, I can tell you your future too. You know.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Just
Lesson
saying.
learned. Screw that lady. Let's go find something better to do.
Somebody needs to die around here. Let's find them.
Hey, JJ, did you ever tell me what that magic item was?
Oh yeah, there's one magic item he detected in here in the market.
It is an amulet on the soothsayer.
God damn it.
Should I kill her?
Tempted, but there's too many people around right now.
There's too many goblins around. They're not people.
Is the soothsayer a goblin?
Yep.
Wonder what that amulet does. Sorry.
For a gold, I'll tell you.
Yeah, fuck you.
She will.
I'm sure it would be vague and uninterpretable as well.
Well, I gotta find my PNG. Hold
Are you saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What she told me was not uninterpretable. It was just not what I wanted to hear.
She told you about something you don't care about?
If she told you I was gonna betray and murder you, she's probably telling the truth.
What she said makes me feel like I need to change what I was going to do. I would really rather do what I was already going to do.
I don't know what you were going to do. Did it involve killing somebody? Because you should do that.
It did.
Let's do that. Don't listen to her. Listen
Now I
to
don't know if I should.
I'm wiser than her, I guarantee it.
on.
Joe, did JJ even know we had that conversation?
Yeah, I told him we did.
I was gonna say, if he didn't know we had that conversation, it'd be awesome.
There really would be a soothsayer. Alright, so what you all doing?
I mean, I don't give a shit about all these baubles, so I'm just kind of like going along with all these people and be like, okay, we're looking for stuff.
Does anyone in the market
Really
sell
anxious to
gems?
get to the part of killing someone.
Nope, Corey.
Boo.
Actually, you'd probably find some like pretty crappy ones. Nothing like refined or anything. Like, they don't-
I need ruby dust.
Yeah, I mean, you'd probably buy some ruby dust.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it 50 GP worth of ruby dust?
they probably have about 10 GP total worth of ruby dust.
You want me to try and talk him down? Hey, Billy's back.
Yeah.
Hey, it's better too.
Yeah, good. I restarted everything.
I mean, it's still there. It's just better.
Son of a bitch. Alright, well, at least it's a little better.
We'll survive.
So, Corey, you want me to try and talk him down?
I mean, I don't want to spend all my gold on ruby dust that I can't immediately use.
Do you even have 50 GP if you were to buy 50 GP?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to spend my money on
Why
ruby
did
dust I
they
can't
look
use.
for
I'd rather steal 50 GP from somebody else.
You know who's easy to steal from? The dead.
That's true, but you have to kill a lot of goblins to get the 10 GP of ruby dust that we can't use immediately.
That's not true. I could kill the one secretly, or... Not everything is about blasting them in the face.
I guess that's kind of true.
Alright, well, if we're not killing somebody here, let's leave this goblin community so I can kill somebody somewhere else.
Alright, let's go.
Because it's a trial about killing people.
It's true. Is it lagged? Seems like it's all laggy.
As I say, it got quiet all of a sudden. I was like, oh, it got fixed. No, we're just all frozen.
So are we heading out?
I think so.
I actually walk back over to the seat for a second, and I say something, and then I walk away looking pissed again. No, then I just walk away looking pissed again.
Alright, so technically then, Joe, we didn't have that conversation?
Correct.
Okay, so then yes, I'm gonna be like, let's just go. This market sucks, it's full of crap, and there's killing to be done.
All right.
Cool. How do we get out of here?
Okay, so you all have a map of the goblin tunnels. So on the map it shows 4 exits, all exits in District 9. So you know some places. You notice one is, the Goblin Pit, where you went to. There's one that opens up in a sewer. There's one that's like fairly close to the inn, and there's one that's like close to the wall.
Well, let's go to the one that's closest to our granary.
Wait, no, we should go find a different one. Like, we should go out one that we don't know where it is, so that we know how to get in here 2 different ways from the outside.
It's not bad. I kind of thought it'd be nice for us to be able to know how to enter and exit definably from the place that we're familiar with, too.
Well, yeah, we already know how to get to that one, though. I'm
Yeah,
saying,
to
like,
get
we
there,
know that
we
there's an
haven't
entrance
used
in
the
a sewer,
secret
we don't know how to
entrance,
get there.
I would certainly be interested in finding out about other entrances and exits.
Let's not do the wall, because there's people there that don't like us right now. And sewers are kind of gross. What's the other one?
So there's one by the inn, one by the granary, one by the wall, and where the other one is, I forgot. What? Actually, I'm gonna say that this one is outside the wall.
All right, let's go to the inn.
Which one?
There's one that's
Are
outside.
you pointing at something?
No.
Because all I see is a dining room.
Nope, I'm not pointing at anything.
Let's go to the inn.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna point them. Point you to them, I guess. What the?
The hell is all that noise?
Yeah,
That
now
sounds like that.
Oh, it's Joe. Okay. I think I thought someone had the TV in the background. Damn, what the hell is going on?
Okay. So yeah, one of them is like outside the wall over here.
okay.
So all right, so you're gonna go to the one that's near the inn.
That's my suggestion.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So well, is that where everybody's going, or is everybody following along?
Yep. I'll go in there.
Okay. So you guys come out behind one of these houses up here. We'll say it's the
Let's
house.
buy our house. That's awesome.
Nope, it's the house that Durka ran around. There's like a little, it looks like a sewer grate, but it's actually like the entrance to the place. But
Wait,
once you
Guys, our
all,
house is like right here.
Yeah, yeah.
so yeah, this one's actually like fairly close to the granary as well.
Sweet. I'd say let's go rob this house, but I think somebody already did.
Yeah.
All right. Now
So
we know how to get out. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go talk to. I think we could either go talk directly to Gentleman Leo, or we could go talk to Warehouse Dude, whose name escapes me at the moment, and ask if he knows anything about this guy.
Norgold might be okay.
Or-
Gentleman Leo, I tried to talk to him once directly, and he's kind of a dick.
Okay.
What the hell is Joe doing right now?
Yeah, Emily was
He's
talking.
baby lifting. No, he is. He's baby lifting.
Anyway,
okay.
I say we go start with Norgold then.
he works for Gentleman Leo. He might check back in at the place that Gentleman Leo works at, too.
Well, yeah, but we can just tell him like we're looking for this guy. We don't have to tell him that he works for Tenement Leo. We can just tell him we're looking for this. Like we heard about this guy and we, need an investigation or something like that.
He keeps the shadows though. Like we don't even know what he looks like. Nobody's seen his face.
No, that's not true. We have a rough police sketch of him.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought his face was missing though. I thought we didn't know.
No, you saw him, but it looks like it would be hard to pick him out. Like,
I mean, it can't hurt to ask Norgold if he knows any like investigators or
Let's ask him. He's probably as useless as ever, but let's ask him.
oh, Norgold. All right, so you guys go back to the granary. Norgold is excited to see you all. He's like, I haven't seen you all in some time. Where have you all been?
like a day.
Yeah, it's only been like an hour.
Well, I know, but like normally you guys are there in the morning. You sleep there.
Yeah.
You guys
We
didn't
were
come home
taking
last
care of
night.
the rat problem on a more permanent basis.
Oh, okay. That's good. I noticed that you all moved a bunch of your stuff out from the corner. Are you all planning on moving out?
I have a house now. I don't need you.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm happy for you all. I'm glad that you all are making your way in the world. If you all need anything, just come back and let me know.
It's actually a good point that you bring that up. We do kind of need something. We need an investigator.
Like what kind of investigator? You guys could go to the local constable or something.
No. We need somebody who can keep a secret.
I can keep a secret if that's
You're
what
not
you
an
need.
investigator, Norgold.
No, I'm not. So you're like looking.
We need
for-
somebody to investigate something secret.
Okay.
So
I
basically an
don't-
investigator with discretion.
I'm just a old granary keeper here. So I don't know anyone like that. I'm sorry.
Well, you're connected with Gentleman Leo. I'm sure he probably knows people. You don't know of anybody in his employ that.
No, I try to not ask questions. He doesn't like his business practices questioned, and I have a pretty good setup here, so I'm not gonna risk that.
I'll look at everybody and be like, as expected, waste of time.
All right, so you guys have some more options. You could go ask her, gather information in like a bar. You could go talk to Leo himself.
Chad, let's go see if we can find our dwarf friend.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
How big is District 9? Like, is it the size of a subdivision? Is it the size of Lexington? Is it the size of, like, UK campus? I mean, do you
It's
have...
probably about the size of. It would be a pretty big suburb. I mean, it would take. I mean, I don't know. Probably actually, it's not that big. It'd probably take 10 minutes to walk across it all.
Yeah, that sounds closer. Like.
Yeah. So it's really not that big, actually. All right. So you guys.
All right. So it's morning, right? We're like morning day 4.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oops, that's not the right end. That's the bigger end that you guys have been to. This
Oh.
is the end you all know.
We
So,
know
Or
where,
at least some of us know.
we know where
Yeah.
these 4 locations are, right?
Yeah, you have them on a map.
So what is the plan here? Are we going to try to solve the investigator thing today, or are we gonna like? Is it gonna be like each day we do something different kind of thing? What's the plan?
We should also discuss whether or not, like, I mean, are we definitely following through with the super secret goblin plan? Like, do we want to kill this investigator and like complete the trials?
It was
Or-
strongly indicated that they would try and kill us if we didn't.
Sure, but if anybody tries to kill me, I'm gonna try and kill them right back. So
I at least think we should. Talk
I
to
would
the
prefer
investigator.
not to be hunted by goblins that have secret entrances around the city that we may or may not know about all.
well,
And I
but you
really
gotta
don't care about killing the investigator. So
You
I'm
also
cool
need
with
to
it.
look at this more intelligently in that if we kill this investigator, who is the one person that seems to know pieces of the super secret goblin plan, then the super secret goblin plan goes into play, which we know is like essentially a bomb of like things that can disable and paralyze and turn to stone things.
Are you talking about this in the bar? Curious.
No, like on our way to the bar.
I mean, I agree with you, but I don't think that means we can't kill the investigator. We
I'm
can
not
always
saying-
get the
I'm not
information
saying
from
we
the
shouldn't.
investigator
I
and then
mean,
kill him.
I'm not saying we shouldn't, because killing is good. But I'm just saying that like siding with the goblins may not be the most healthy thing for us to decide on.
Well, we could always choose to get the information from the investigator and then decide whether to kill him or not.
I'm just saying, while we're investigating this investigator, we shouldn't be just approaching it under the one-sided of let's kill the investigator, complete the trials, and join the goblins.
Wait.
I definitely agree.
Norcount is arguing we shouldn't kill someone?
No. I'm saying that we shouldn't kill him with the intention of joining up with the goblins in their super secret plan.
We don't want to make the goblins too powerful, in other words.
Well,
If we have
I'm not even necessarily arguing for that. I'm just saying that, like, the goblins are the low of low for a reason, and they might enact their plan and get completely stomped, and if we're on the side of the goblins, we get stomped with them. We
That's
might
true.
be
I
able.
also just don't want anyone I don't want anyone to get like too powerfully entrenched.
Well, I mean, let's look at it this way. Those guards made short work of the goblins that came to burn the granary.
Mhm.
So, if we were to learn the super secret goblin plan and then go to people that would care about their city getting exploded by a goblin bomb and be like, hey, we learned this plan, and we side with them to kill the goblins. Which, if you remember, has been a plan from the very beginning for me. I like killing goblins.
You also remember that there is a spell on you that will kill you if you tell anyone the Goblin secret plan.
Well,
Oh yeah.
sit down and I should be okay.
No.
We've also
you said
established that
you
magic
can write
is
it down
smart.
and it's unclear what would happen, but magic is smart.
Well, I'm okay with Peridot taking that risk of writing it down.
One thing that occurred to me is this is a little bit risky in and of itself, but we can always go to some authority, and if we need to, I've got an authority that we can talk to, be a little bit less likely to just throw us in jail or kill us, to let them know that there's something we know that they should know
And it'll
that we
cost.
can't tell them because of a spell on us. And
Put a
then when they start
spell on
asking
me.
questions, some questions we'll be able to answer, other questions we will not.
Why would we do this though unless there's profit?
Well, right, this is if we want to let someone know. I'm just saying, there's a potential way around it that I've thought of.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
risky
thinking,
too.
I'm thinking
It's
more
probably
along
less
the lines
risky
of
than
that
writing
we
it
have
down.
information that could be for the better of the city, which also means it might be for the better of our pockets.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but that was implied.
And by our pockets, I mean your pockets, because I'm not touching that metal.
So, if we've been
I mean,
had a spell cast on us to
so
where
does
we
that
can't
mean-
say anything about the goblin plan,
you want to find the
Is
investigator
Corey
and
muted
then
Billy?
interrogate him, or what?
Corey, did you mute Billy?
What?
Did you mute Billy earlier?
I have been muting him intermittently, yeah.
Okay, you were
Yeah.
just talking over him.
Billy, you don't matter anymore.
no, I mean I realize that. So what I was gonna say is it possible for us to say, hey, we've had a spell cast on us that doesn't let us talk about the goblin plan? We still have not said a word about the goblin plan at that point. We just have said that we have a spell.
That's
Exactly. I would maybe say they won't let us talk about something.
Right.
All right, so Eula, not Eula, Durka, you know that there are ways to fix it. It's not like a catch-all. Like there are possibilities out there in Magic that
Sure.
you can get around it.
Sure. I will mention that there are always ways around magic. There are ways to undo the spell, and there are probably ways to safely skirt the edges of it. I agree. But I still go back to the idea of packing or investigators.
I'm not
Is that
pushing for
just-
one way or the plan. That's how chaotic I am. I'm really just making sure that we're just like, oh, there are options. Like, I don't want to side with the goblins and get slaughtered. But I don't want to side with the city and slaughter the goblins unless it's just an all-inclusive good fun.
I see.
much
an
work.
immediate-
Hunt down investigator and kill him.
That sounds like a lot more work than just going to, like, people of authority and be like, there are goblins that are going to do stuff, and we can't tell you the stuff because we have a spell on us. Fix it, and we'll tell you everything.
Well, I'm looking for the most like personal gain, and I don't see much gain in providing myself on a silver platter to authorities, telling them I have knowledge, and begging them to give me money for it.
Yeah, I mean, there's always the risk that they'll just say, well, so you have something that you think we should know, but you won't tell us? All right, how about we throw you in jail until you do tell us?
Can't tell you.
No, wait, there's a spell. We can't. They say, oh, I guess you'll have to figure that out in jail.
Right. Or we could go get the investigator, get the information he has, and make a decision at that point.
I mean, this is all assuming we can find him. We don't have a lot to go on.
If not, whatever. We lose the trials. Big deal.
Well, let's go into this bar and see if the dwarf that Eula and Tiny and I know are in here.
You know, if we... I like the way that Lorcan was approaching things earlier, though, telling Norgold that we wanted to investigate something. I mean, I believe there have been some mysterious deaths in this area recently.
I don't
If
know
we
who
were
you're
to
talking.
hire someone to investigate those things, we could probably get a name and find a good investigator if we really wanted to.
But what if they start investigating and they learn that Dirk is killing people?
All right, JJ.
Okay.
Ramos goes to the bar down here.
As
Okay.
long as they tell us and not the authorities.
Gets a drink.
All right. So, you notice that the dwarf like sees you there by yourself, and he's like, "Oh, okay." Just goes back to drinking.
Who is it that he sees?
The dwarf that you all that took
That's
you
what
all.
I mean. The dwarf saw somebody. Who
He
did
saw Ramus, and he didn't. He saw
Oh.
you all.
So the bartender gonna come over or what?
Yeah. Yeah. What can I get you, honey? Wait, were you there, Joe? It was
Ew.
Yeah. It was Joe, myself, and Tiny that were here.
Oh right, so he's like all right. So when the dwarf sees Eula, he's like, "Hey, my friends, how are you
I'm the
doing?"
one who gave him a kiss. This is bullshit.
And he sees both of you, and he's like, "How are you all doing? How was the grave? I mean, hey, yeah, I mean, what are you all doing?"
We were never in a graveyard.
Oh, we're doing okay, you know, just coming back. You know, I think I still won this bet because I didn't see anything weird out there. But you know, she still doesn't. She still holds up that they were. So
They're real. I'm telling you.
we'll
Okay.
have to figure it out some other time.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Let me buy you two beautiful ladies a drink. And he motions for the bartender, and the bartender brings you all two drinks.
All right. Well, what about one for our other lovely lady? I pointed at Durka.
What is Dirk?
Oh, and Peridot. There's a couple others of us.
This is like.
We brought friends this time.
So he's like, "Oh, okay," and then he like looks and sees Dirk, and he's like,
Derek is
I don't really know them. I'll just stick with you all. Maybe if I get to know them, I'll get a drink later." It's like, it's nice to meet you guys, and he like quickly goes back to Lorcan and Eula.
So, Dwarf, you know, we're looking for, you know, you seem to know a lot of stuff, and we're looking for somebody who might be able to do some investigations for us.
Oh yeah. Let's see, investigations. Well,
Someone who could, you know, be discreet.
hmm.
We wouldn't want this information, whatever is discovered, to get out to the wrong people. We'd want it to only come back to us. So they'd have to
Okay.
really know what they're doing and not make too big a deal about things.
Right,
So
right.
we can really stick to the shadows.
You know, I actually know a couple people. I know a couple people that could help you. There are several of those types here in in District 9. A lot of people don't want to pay their bills, you know, and a lot of people running out on stuff. So there's always somebody that's, you know, it's going to be good at finding people, you know, finding out things. So he tells you 3 names. You know, and he says, you know, they vary in skill. You know, the best one here, he, you know, is the most expensive, but he's also, you know, handles the most discreet cases. And here's a cheap one that's kind of, you know, just like, you know, a guy that doesn't really have much else to do. So, and there's one kind of in between.
Do you know where we could find these people?
Well, I mean, I can tell you where. I know where this one lives. He tells you where like the lowly one lives. But he doesn't know where the other 2 live. He's never had much contact with them, but he's had some contact with the low one because he's come after him for a bar tab or 2.
Okay.
That'd be awesome. All right. Well, I go over here then.
Okay.
Try to get away from Dwarf I know.
Okay.
And then
He's happy about that.
I motion the bartender over.
Okay. What can I do for you, honey?
Need shot.
Okay, you got it. Expensive or cheap?
Cheap.
Okay. I like your style.
I like burn.
Alright, so she gets you a cheap shot.
Also, I have package for Homestar. You seen him lately?
Yeah, he comes in here every once in a while. If you want to leave the package here, I can sure give it to him.
No, he must sign for it.
Well, okay. Well, if you know, leave your name and where he can find you, I'll let him know.
Does he come at night or day?
He's always coming at night. You never see him in the day.
Okay.
Wears a black cape with a hood up, always. Sneaky fella.
I come back at night.
Yeah, alright. Okay, so she goes around, you know, tending to some other customers.
I don't actually drink the drink he gives me.
Yeah, he's just telling all kinds of crazy war stories. You know how like the fishy caught was this big, and it started, you know, it gets this big and this big, and there was one time he was in a bar fight and, you know, fought off, you know, 12 elves, stupid elves, and how they're ugly and worship trees and stuff.
I drink Lorcan's drink.
All right, and you know, so
Okay.
he starts telling crazy stories and just keeps, you know, he buys a bunch more drinks and starts passing out some drinks to you all. You're just having a grand old time.
Sweet. I drink none of it.
Okay. Yep. Everybody. When you all look around the room, you don't really see anybody that, you know, looks out of place or doing anything in particular. So nothing too mysterious going on.
Anybody else have any leads here? Anybody else want to?
I hear you.
Wait, is Billy in the room? I thought he left.
I see Billy here. I just don't hear him.
I see Billy's icon, but I don't hear him saying anything. If he's talking, I don't hear
They
it.
don't hear you, Billy. And you're.
All right,
I
I'm gonna
can hear
refresh the
you.
page.
Shut up.
I'm gonna refresh the page.
I am too.
John, you can hear me?
I can hear Billy now.
Now I can also hear Billy.
Yay! Guess who's been playing the game for a while?
Nice.
Oh man.
That's cool. So guards, are they on the bottom left there? It kind of looks like maybe they're guards.
Yeah.
They were. I don't know if they still are, but the last time we were here, they were guards having drinks at that table.
Yeah, that's like the guard corner. It's a guard hangout corner. It's where generally the off-duty guards drink.
Cool.
But that's the only like similar figure that you all see.
Oh,
I'd
that's
say we go like case a place for rubies, and then come back here at night. Try to
Excellent
find
idea.
this guy. I'm all for you making money, man, because the more spells you learn, especially ritual spells, the more spells I can learn.
Excellent.
Okay. So do you have any idea of a place that you would like the case for rubies?
I want to find a place that sells rubies.
Okay.
Probably not in District 9.
Hey,
is what I'm
let's
Probably
just ask
not,
This
yeah.
dwarf. This dwarf will probably know. He works in a mine.
Does
Alright.
it?
Yeah.
A ruby mine?
I don't know if it's a ruby mine, but
Probably not a ruby mine. I'm just gonna go out
No,
there
he
and
does not work in a ruby mine.
I'll say out loud to dwarf we know. So is it true that all dwarves have a thing about gems and gemstones?
He says,
that is racist, Eula.
He says, I can tell you the exact weight, the color, and, some other gem properties, just by looking at it, 10 feet away, I could tell you that, he
Okay,
says.
apparently it's not racist.
Oh, that's interesting. So I mean, I've been told that amethysts are where it's at, but personally, I feel like I've got a thing for rubies. I just
Rubies,
wish that
huh?
I just wish
Eula,
I
I
found
tried to tell you, rubies are useless.
I just wish
No,
I found
rubies.
the right
Yeah,
sort of
rubies.
man,
Rubies.
the right sort of man who could who would give me rubies.
It says, well, there aren't.
Eula, I bet you 1 gold rubies are not as worth as much as amethyst.
I'd have to look at that, but he would know and tell you which one's worth more.
I actually don't know, but since he knows that Eula and I make bets back and forth a lot, it's
Okay.
a little more plausible that she's asking him about rubies.
Right. So,
I'm pretty sure the rubies would be worth more. All right, you're on. Now we just need to find someone who, who's really a gem trader who can tell us, a gem versus or a ruby versus an amethyst, the same size, which would be worth more.
shit.
I look over at Dwarf,
You're going to actually make me look up stuff, Joe. Alright, let's see.
Well, no, I'm looking at him and say, do you
Yeah,
know any gem experts?
There's a couple gym experts in town. There is a, hold on 1 second. Remember. There's, a couple of really nice, places up in the moon, that sell a lot of refined gems and stuff. The,
Not talking refined. Raw would be fine.
Yeah, dust. Dust would be even fine too.
okay,
I
well,
just really hurt you, Durka.
he says,
Yay.
well, I mean, dust isn't near as cool as actual gem because dust, was only used in, materials for stuff.
I tried to tell you, dust is useless. We need an
Gems-
actual
gems are
fist-sized
pretty.
raw
Gems are,
ruby and
you can-
fist-sized raw amethyst.
He says, although the mine that was up here that used to run here in District 9 was used to be a marble mine. They used to pull gems out of there every once in a while. But right now that place is, pretty much just filled with, hobos and
I thought you worked in the mine.
treasure seekers. And he says he doesn't work in that mine. He's like a migrant worker to the dwarf place. Works in their mines.
Oh, so you leave Redwall to go to work?
Yeah. I go there a couple months and come back here and stay. I got some family here. He says, but I'm sure they're still probably pulling some gems. I've heard them pull, a couple good gems or two out of the mine there. But it's a pretty dangerous place. But if you can bring me some gems, I can tell you what they're worth. Probably show you the right spot where you can sell them.
I don't even know where to find them, but where would be a right spot to sell them? Because
well, you gotta have some connections. There's he tells you a vendor or two, that's over in the market area, which is District 8 that buys and sells kind of low quality or bulk unfinished gems and stuff.
Nice.
we should go look there. I bet we could settle this.
Hey, Dwarf Dude. When people go in the mine, is there a supply of torches? How do people see? Do they have any sort of magical fire or anything in there that they keep it lit?
No, most people that work in the mines all the time can usually see in the dark. It just makes sense.
Oh, so if somebody wanted to see though, they'd have to find some magical fire or something like that?
Or be able to see in the dark like normal people.
You can see in the dark?
Yeah, I
Oh,
can
I
see.
really horribly.
Hey, Corey, you see in the dark, don't you?
Yeah, I lie really horribly. I see in the dark too.
Yeah, so he didn't really pick it up. He's been drinking.
I look frustrated at that. But what about people that can't see in the dark?
Well, I guess they'd have to buy torches.
Why don't they keep it lit with magical fire?
Well, magic isn't cheap, man. I go buy a crap load of non-magical torches that'll last me quite a while. Usually long enough. But to buy a magic torch, shoot, that'd be expensive.
How expensive?
Shit, I don't know. Never priced one.
How do you know it's expensive?
That's true. If I worked in a mine, there was a magical torch sitting in there on the wall, I'd expect it to go missing pretty quick.
It's a good call. I'm sure up in the keep and the wizard school, I'm sure they got some magical torches and stuff.
Who wants to go up there with those rich assholes?
Not me, man. That's why I live here in District 9. I could probably afford to live in 6 or 7, but all the fun's to be had here.
Are you saying that you have rubies in your house?
Nope.
So, what's your favorite gem?
Me, I'm partial to diamonds.
Yeah?
Diamonds?
They are
You don't think they're
forever.
a little cliche or anything?
That's what I was thinking.
Nope. They are the prettiest.
You ever run across any Peridot? Yeah.
I have.
I ran
I
over
have.
one once.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. I'm done with this guy. I move away from him. He's no longer of any interest to me. Hey, how do you do that path thing when you move?
Hit space while you're dragging your cursor. You can hit space again to set a waypoint.
Wait, how is this?
So while you're dragging your token, you get a ruler that only you see.
Yeah,
If you hit
pick up-
space again while you're moving, it drops a waypoint there, and you can continue from that spot further. And then eventually, when you drop it, then the other people will see you move through those spaces.
But you won't see it yourself.
You
Yeah.
will.
What? My guy just moves every time I hit spacebar.
No, click, hold, spacebar, 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 spacebar.
Yeah,
let go.
Click and drag the character, so you're
Oh.
The part that confused me was that I never see my character actually do it. I just see me drag my character.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about too.
but everybody else sees you actually move. See, like that was a mess. Whoever just moved.
That was a mess. Those lines are dumb. They should not do that.
Well, you're not supposed to move 550 feet.
Also, my browser is now like, oh my god, what's going on?
Sorry about that. Okay.
It's
Where were
still
we?
happening.
All right, so are we gonna go and try to find this raw vendor person in District 8, or are we gonna move on and try something else?
All right, I'll see you later, Dwarfy. Hey, if I come back.
Okay. I hope you're back. I'll be here. My name's Dwarf. You know.
JJ, what was the name I gave the guards?
Shit, I don't remember.
Deanna or something like that.
I don't remember.
I will give him that same name. I'll be like, well, you know, since we haven't really like introduced ourselves, my name is Deanna.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Tiana. I am Dwarf. You know.
That's an awesome name.
Thank you. Made it up myself.
So did I.
All right, so he goes back to drinking.
All right, so let's leave the bar.
So, out of curiosity, while we're walking out, like, do you guys think it's going to be reasonable to expect to sell an ever-burning torch, or
Not
do you
here.
think that
I never
not
thought
here.
here was going to be a place that you could sell them. Unless you wanted to sell them at like discount, like super discount. Like how much does it cost you to make one?
50,
50,
So like, and then how much do they normally sell for?
probably 100.
probably 100 if you had to guess? Yeah.
So if you sold them for like 75, maybe. If you took them down to 60, better chance. But I mean,
Sell
that's
them
still
at
probably a lot of
75,
money here.
and then have Joe steal them back.
Is it possible that you'd be willing to leave Bestie hanging out here? Like,
Yes.
do you have a
Question mark?
distance on how far you can look through Bestie's eyes?
Yeah, you can only do that close. It's
Oh.
for like 100 feet or something like that, I think.
Like, 'cause if we like left Bestie here, you could every now and then check in and see if the investigator shows up.
Let me check real quick. Yeah, the vision is only 100 feet.
Yeah, that won't work.
Oh no, sorry, the telepathy is only 100 feet.
We
Oh,
don't
same
need to
thing. Yeah, they're both within 100 feet.
count, so that won't work. So we'll just have to keep checking back in.
Okay. So what are you guys gonna do? Go hang out at your house? Go back hang out with Norgold?
Fuck Norgold.
He's always been nice to you, Martin.
Only
So,
talk-
interestingly, Martin, I'm pretty sure my familiar can travel far away from me. So, Bestie could stay here and report back to me every 30 minutes.
I mean, that's better than us having to travel back here every time.
Assuming Bestie knew where to come find us.
Yeah, I mean she wouldn't be able to find you in a random spot.
Although, I could always dismiss her and reappear her within 30 feet of me. That would be interesting.
Is it the same bird every time?
Yeah. I only have one familiar. She just goes to a pocket dimension for a while.
That's gonna be weird for Bestie. She's gonna be like checking out some hottie raven or whatever in the rafters, and you're gonna like dismiss her, and she's gonna back her like, "Oh, I was just about to make my move. Thanks."
Yeah, it's just an action to do that. So yeah, I could theoretically like every 30 minutes just dismiss her and make her appear next to me.
Okay, well we can try that, and if it doesn't work so hot, then we'll just keep making visits back.
Right.
Alright, so you go do it.
So Bestie's gonna stay here.
Okay.
Dismiss her every 30 minutes.
Go
Oh, well, you're the one that wanted the ruby dust. Are we gonna go do that, or should we try to case a place for scrolls in general?
So Yeah, I mean, my ultimate goal is money and magic.
I think we
So
should just go find some
Money and power.
Yeah, let's just go find a place that sells scrolls and rob it blind.
yeah, I mean, until we find a place that we can sell, I didn't really think about that. If there's nobody that's gonna buy a continual torch here, like a continual flame torch or whatever, then an ever burning torch, then there's no point in making one.
So what we do is we walk into a scroll shop. I'll cast darkness right before Eula like has a pretty good idea of where everything is, and then Eula can snag a bunch of stuff in the darkness and run out of the store, and I'll dismiss the darkness and be like, oh shit, you know, I just learned that spell. You know, it kind of misfired on me.
Wow, talk about a smash and grab job.
Hey, I'd still be there and I'd have nothing in my pocket, so they couldn't prove that I did any of it.
Well, yeah, but Eula would have left.
What if she's not there when I cast it?
Oh,
She could come in and like look at the place, leave, cast a spell, she comes back inside, or she can disguise self. She can look like somebody else.
yeah, she and I can both do that.
Too bad I'm not into thievery.
What? Aren't you the one who told Eula where to find stuff to steal?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's different.
Yeah, it's entirely
Okay,
different.
so you go do your job and find a place for Eula to steal stuff from.
Oh, I mean that's easy. I mean it's the stealing that's the hard part. Plus, I'd like to benefit from the stealing.
As long as you didn't know it was
right.
free, you can accept it.
I would just sort of like to guide the arrow and then eat the deer.
So Billy, I'll give you a long, like, detailed explanation as to why, like, the axis of law is completely stupid and not the way that you should be following. Like, you should be able to make your own rules when you want to. If rules are what you need, then just make them up as you go.
That's neat. I will listen politely, and I will still try to figure out a way to save this poor investigator from getting killed by us.
I didn't say I was gonna kill him. Just torture him.
Well, that's okay then. That's not against the law, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to go case the locations that we investigated previously.
Do we know that?
Yes.
What were they?
4 locations that we were told. That's all I know.
Alright, so first we go find a magic shop, then we go investigate the investigators, and then we come back here and meet the dude.
Cool.
Okay.
I figured out what this like distortion is in Billy's background. He is like welding pieces of Iron Man as we play.
Is the distortion back?
It's never left really. We just didn't say anything. And now Billy's gone.
No. Wait. Distortion? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Still there, I think, only when we talk.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know.
It's okay. We're just gonna move on.
Yeah,
Billy
we'll
just
be
has to talk for the entire session because it goes away when he talks.
Okay. So, alright, so you guys are going to go case a joint. You guys go to,
We're going to have to switch districts, right?
yeah, we're going to switch districts. Alright. So, let's look at what you all are going.
Also, on the way there, I'm gonna say
Oops.
not everyone needs to come back tonight. Just talk to investigator. There are too many of us, and some of you are stupid.
Yeah, Tiny, you stay at home.
Rough. Okay. So, there is... so you guys are going to go to District 8. That is, you know, like the trade district and stuff. You've heard of, you know, kind of a crappy magic shop that's, against the wall. You know, about, you know, right here we'll say. And So yeah, let's go case the joint. Problem is I have to like the scroll of all my like places doesn't work out very well. Okay.
Weird.
Yeah. So it will be this place with the chimney. Although I don't have it inside of the store, so you'll just have to use your imagination.
What
Okay.
if I refuse?
Okay.
You can't
So
remove the roof
So
layer.
they're open, presumably.
do what?
They're open, presumably.
Yeah, they're open. It's about noon. So yeah, they're pretty hustling and bustling. There's a lot of people.
So do you guys want to disguise yourself before going in or after you've stole stuff?
Probably before would be smart.
And are we gonna go in with the idea that this is the time we're gonna steal stuff, or are we
I don't
gonna
know.
go in and just case it?
I don't know. I have never thieved in my life, so I don't know.
Hey guys, there's a
Yeah, I'm
place
gonna
where
defer to
can
you
steal.
on this one.
Right
I
there.
don't
that
normally
place.
just steal stuff.
But you're
We should
definitely
be a little
cool
bit-
about it.
Opportunistic about it. If the opportunity presents, then we should go ahead. But if it doesn't, then we'll come back another time.
One way or the other, I'll probably stand outside.
Me too.
I'm gonna go in because magic things could be fun.
All right. So, yeah. Let's go in. I guess I will.
All right.
I don't want to disguise myself right off because if there is some sort of this is a magic shop and it has some way of like seeing through magic, then it's going to be really awkward that I'm disguising myself.
I think you overestimate District 8.
Okay. So
I'll disguise myself before I go in.
Dang it! If you're disguising yourself, then I'll disguise myself too.
Dang it, if you guys are disguising yourself, I'll still go in as me.
okay. So a couple things that you notice in this district. The guards are a little better armored, a little more organized, a little more neat. The other ones, didn't shave, looked a little bit rough. These guys are, not like knights or anything, but, they're a little bit cleaner. Okay, so you two disguise yourself, walk in, and there's a shop that it's a pretty small shop. It's what you'd imagine to be like a really old bookstore. That has just like a whole bunch of like books laying around and everything's really disorganized and just like a shelf that has like knickknacks on it. And there's like a really old human dude there with a big white beard and a wizard hat. He puts on his wizard robe. And he's like, what can I do for you all?
I look at him skeptically.
I'm gonna come in and say, well, was looking for magic stuff, but I just see a bunch of books.
Well, all these things you see around you here are magic. So you come to the right
Yes, and I
place.
start browsing.
Magic how? Like, are we talking like, have you just killed a bunch of wizards and collected their spell books, or?
That might not be none of your business.
Nice.
Most,
These are spell books then?
yeah, most of them. Most of them are starter spell books, for little lads starting the, Wizard Academy.
I see where we're going with this. Find some first level wizards, kill them, and take their books. I happen to know where a first level wizard is if you're interested.
That's not my MO, but I won't turn down a good wizard book.
If I brought you a starter wizard's level book, would we can maybe barter?
Always.
Excellent. I look back at Turka and Joe and just smile.
No. Alright, I start looking through the books and see if there actually are spell books.
Okay, some of them are spell books, but you see that like, you know, after a while you find like the best one has like the highest level spell you see is like a 3rd level spell.
Still.
Maybe you could find a formula for an ever-burning torch here.
I already have that formula.
Right.
It's called
Be right back, guys.
ever-burning
Sorry.
flame.
Okay.
Yeah. Fuck it, deal
Hello?
blame. So
I hear Billy say hello.
He's on the phone.
I thought he was like trying to get our attention.
you're back. So yeah, so they have scrolls as well as spellbooks.
There is a wall with some scrolls, yes.
I'm gonna go look at those.
Okay.
Probably cheaper to buy a scroll than a pair of spellbook.
Yep. There is mostly 1st level spells, a couple 2nd level spells, and like 2 3rd level scrolls.
I'm gonna tell him I'm also in the market for wands. Does he make those or sell those?
Yep. He has some wands, and he's like, the wizard does not choose the wand chooses the wizard.
Oh my god.
Well, the darkness wand, if I have one, has already chosen me.
But I will sell you whichever wand you want.
Do you have one that like
Yeah.
darkness?
Do I have a dark wizard wand? Is that what you said?
That's not what I said, but I'm interested.
Yes, I do have a dark wizard wand. Don't know how to use the damn thing myself. This one right here, it's like a really like gnarly curled like a root that's like all kind of like jingled and gnarly, and it's like been tarred like black.
May I hold it?
Yeah, sure. Yes, you may.
So I will take it. Do I feel any power like thrumming through it or anything like that?
You definitely feel something, but you can't really tell.
Okay. I'm gonna say, well, my understanding of wands in this world is that, you know, I can, once I attune myself to a wand, that it can cast whatever spell I want to put in it. I'm looking for one that is capable of holding a darkness spell. I just learned the spell, and I am not in complete control of it. Sometimes things just go dark, and I can't make it stop. So I figure a wand will have a more controlled cast of that spell.
Okay. I could probably get you a wand that you could put a darkness spell in.
How much would that run?
So I haven't figured all that up yet.
It's
But
okay, I'm not gonna be able to afford it anyway.
right,
Whatever
so-
price it comes out, I'm gonna be like, well, what would you take in trade?
While this conversation is going on, I will try to subtly cast
What happened
Mage
to Billy?
Hand.
I gotta go, guys. Sorry. I'll check back in here a bit.
Cool.
Alright.
Good luck. Okay.
While that conversation is taking place, I'm going to try to subtly cast Mage Hand and pull a random scroll off the wall near Durka and put it into Durka's like belt pouch.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. I mean, thanks.
Yeah, you'll be happy if you get away with it, but pissed if you get caught.
Okay. Yeah, he
Did
just.
I detect that at all, or was that super sneaky?
You can make
Well,
perception check.
and JJ, I swear that this wasn't has anything. I didn't know what Joe was doing or anything, but I literally was trying to distract him. That's why I was saying things about the
Right. Yeah.
darkness.
No, I knew that you were. Yep.
I really was trying to like set up.
Yep.
for-
So you don't know that it's happening, Durka.
Too bad you didn't roll a natural one though.
So Durka doesn't know that she has a scroll already.
Right.
Oh. Shit.
You don't even know what the scroll was. It's probably like a druid spell or something. I don't know.
All right,
If
yeah.
they're
So
sorted
I'm
by
doing
like
spells that I can theoretically learn and kind of putting them to the side.
I don't
That's
think-
actually something important I was going to bring up on Mechanic Mondays at some point, but there actually isn't a distinguishing thing between arcane and divine scrolls
Yeah,
anymore. Scroll
with-
is a scroll.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with magic items and wands. Like if it has, you know, a cleric. You could buy a wand that has a cleric spell, and you could cast it as long as it has the charges.
Yeah.
And that seems to be how it seems to go. Like once it's on a scroll, you can cast it.
That isn't too different from 3.5 anyway. You could like it wasn't uncommon to find a rogue that had used magic device to get a wand of cure light wounds or something to be able to provide some healing. It may not be the best healing, but it's healing if you didn't already have a healer with you.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm gathering scrolls and I'm just kind of filtering to see like which ones I could like actually cast and which ones I couldn't and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, you find that there's quite a bit of.
Yeah, I'm just making a pile of them off to the side, basically.
Okay. Alright, so eventually the old man comes over and he looks at you and he's like, interested in scrolls, I see. You must be a up-and-coming wizard.
Yes, if you kill him, you get his spellbook. I'm not there.
Yeah, I do spells. Yeah.
Cool, cool.
What's it to you?
I do spells as well.
Nice.
And he does like a little, cantrip. And he's like,
Now let me show you my cantrips.
yeah, and he's like, I was wondering if you would let me take a look at your spell book.
No thanks.
Okay, just, gotta ask.
You're kind of a weird person to ask to see somebody else's spellbook, dude. That's not cool.
Alright.
We got some weird customers in here, man.
Yeah, he does seem kind of like weird and, but
No,
not.
I tell the clerk, like, saying that Dirk is weird. I'm like, you get some weird customers in here, man.
Yep, I do. It's okay, though.
If I had a spell book, I'd show it to you. I mean, in exchange for, I'd want to look at your spell book. I show you yours, you show me yours, I show you mine.
Right.
So how much do these scrolls go for over here?
Probably more than you have right now.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't figured out, but
I don't even think we could afford a first level scroll in 3.5, alone 5e.
Do you make all your scrolls yourself, or do you buy and sell scrolls too?
I usually come across them in various ways and through trades and deals.
Gotcha.
I need to open up a shop.
Yeah, really.
I need to go murder mages and sell their spellbooks to this guy.
Yes. Or we could open up our own shop where we sell spell books. That's obviously what this is. Damn it, why couldn't we kill that fucker in the graveyard? We probably would have got a pretty swank spell book from him.
We didn't go all in focus fire on him. We probably
That's true, we didn't.
So JJ, without getting into the details of which spells are there and which spells aren't and stuff like that, I pick a couple that are like, that are kind of, like ones I'd be interested in, and I set them on the top.
Okay.
Of the pile, and then I kind of like walk away from them, and I try to like glance at Eula and be like, yeah, those are cool, because I have no idea that I already have them.
Okay. All right.
I'm also really bad at doing things subtly, by the way. I have a low charisma.
Okay, so do a roll a deception check. Wow. Wow, Corey.
Yeah.
Oh, Corey, I can't even get roll that low on a 1.
Oh, wow. A 4 and a 0. Okay.
5.
All right. So, yeah, you're like, Eula. They're over there.
Oh.
I can walk out of the shop right then.
Okay.
The rule is we do not take Dirk on capers.
All right. So Eula walks out of the shop.
I'm gonna continue with the ruse. I'm gonna inspect the wand that he brings up, that's capable of it, and get an idea of what it looks like and all that good stuff.
Okay.
And
I'm
I'll
gonna ask
probably
this dude,
flatter him. I'll say things like, "Oh man, this is excellent craftsmanship. Did you make this yourself? I bet you made
I
this
did
yourself.
not.
This looks
I'm
like
not a
something-"
wandsmith.
Really? I would not take the. I would not expect that. You seemed like you're somebody who knows their trade.
My skills are in trading and acquiring things.
Let's see. My skills are in murdering and acquiring things, so we have one thing in common.
Quite useful. Well, if you ever come across anything that you have acquired and need it to move and it's of magical interest, let me know. Here, take my card. He like gives you a card and his name's like, kind of like a Harry Potter style. It's like, piece of paper, but it's like, his name's like swirling around on it.
Yeah, I got a magic item.
It'll fade. It'll just be his
I'm
name.
gonna bug the guy and ask him about ever burning torches, and ask him if like he ever sees any and people are making them and stuff like that.
He says, yeah, there's a few ceremonial ones, but usually normal torches are, just cheap enough that people never really, splurge. It's kind of like that fad, halogen lights or whatever. They were just too expensive up front, so people would always end up buying the cheaper torches. But there are some in the nicer houses and in a lot of like government buildings and stuff. There are some. So I mean, they're around, but there are not very many. There's not a huge demand for them.
Gotcha. Okay. And is there a place where young wizards like yourself go? I make that joke really poorly. Go to buy things like expensive things to make Everburning torches or other expensive spells.
He says that he has some more of the common items here if you need them, but if there are uncommon items that you need to create, say, more, lofty magical item, that you would have to end up, going over to, most likely to District 4, scrolls to be able to pick it up at the Magic
And I'll say
Academy.
something along the lines of like, apparently you don't listen to him when he talks either. He just said he doesn't make this stuff.
I glower at you. I'd probably give you some obscene gesture.
Like, you get some rude and stupid customers that come in here.
At that, I storm out of the store.
Okay.
Say an obscenity at you, and I storm out.
When you get to the door, roll a...
Oh, shit.
Roll a... hold on.
Like I said, stupid customers.
Roll a wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
Not bad.
Not bad. But when you get to the door, like, and you try to like move your hand like past the door, it just like your hand just won't go. Like you just like physically, it's not like you're like pushing and you stop. It's like you're telling your hand to go, but it just like won't go past the door.
That's a pretty decent save, so he's got some pretty good protections.
I look confused. Have I ever heard of magic like this before?
You know that there are certain control magic spells and protection spells that you could learn.
I look at the guy like, what? I can't scream obscenities and then storm out of your store?
So he comes over and he just like chuckles a little bit and he's like, "Oh, the riffraff these days," and like pats you down and like finds a scroll in your back pocket and like pulls it out.
I really legitimately look surprised.
Yeah. And
I don't have to bluff on that one. I'm like, what the fuck?
he's like, something
Something
must have fallen in your pockets.
I think we should kill him right now.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking to him or to me?
You take your guess.
Wait, Corey, are you disguised as a male or a female?
Probably female.
So if Lorcan said him,
Okay, I probably wouldn't have said him.
Wait. Oh yeah, he's a dude. So you said you want to kill him?
I said her. I said, you should just kill her right now.
Like,
He's
what the fuck? Did you put that in my pocket? I'm like yelling at you.
I'm like, I've been over here the whole time.
he's like, kids. It must have just fallen in his pocket. Nobody made out with it, so no one actually ended up, causing any harm. He like goes and sets it back.
Well, in that case, as he says that, I stuff something in my pocket.
Okay.
Obviously, he's not looking.
All right. So
Obviously, when he's not looking, I like grab like something nearby, anything. and
All right,
put it in
so-
my pocket.
all right. Well, you grab a little knickknack, it's like some kind of jewelry.
Okay.
And when you get to the door, make a wisdom save. Okay. So when you get to the door, you feel that kind of feeling, but then all of a sudden it just like disappears and you're able to like push through.
Oh wow. Okay. Nice.
Wow. Just wow.
So yeah, I'm gonna leave and I'm just gonna like start heading away from the store. And I'll say something to the guy and be like, as soon as I can, your wand's a little bit on the pricey side, but as soon as I can afford it, I'm gonna come back.
Okay. Roll a.
I'm not lying.
No. I know. Roll a perception check. Okay. You notice that he has like a smirk on his face, like he knows something that you don't.
Okay.
You took like exploding runes.
No, it was like jewelry he took. So.
I mean, if I can't actually like get any kind of idea of what it might be, then I'm just gonna say have a good day and move on.
Okay. All right. You made it out with a little thing in your pocket. Little ring, we'll
I'm
say.
really confused because now I think that Lorcan's gonna kill me, but I also think that this dude doesn't like me.
So you're gonna stay in the store?
I'm literally, like Durka's literally like standing in front of the door, like confused.
He's like, you're free to go.
I know, but I'm not sure I want to go.
Well, you can stay here and sit in the corner if you want.
Yeah, I guess I'll see you later.
Okay. Have a good one.
Interesting. So, note to self, don't go knock over a magic store with the magic user inside of it.
Alright, so
I guess
Yeah.
I catch up with Lorcan eventually. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Or
I'll take the object out of my pocket and hand it to you and be like, I acquired something for you.
did you put that scroll in my pocket?
Oh, no, that was me.
What the fuck? That wasn't even the one I asked you to get.
Well, here, take this thing. It's made of stuff.
What the hell is it?
It looks like jewelry. You should wear it. It makes your face not look so burnt and crispy.
Hey, check to see if it's. Wait, what? Check to see if it's magic.
It's gonna take me 10 minutes. Can we go someplace quiet?
Okay.
I guess, yeah, I can cast Detect Magic. Takes me 10 minutes.
okay, so after a while of looking at it, it is magical. I don't
What's the room with Detect Magic?
I know I haven't I'm gonna have to look at Detect Magic, hold on. I haven't looked at Detect Magic in a while. Or in the new 5e.
You can probably tell the school.
Detect magic. 10 minutes. You learn at School of Magic, if any.
Divination.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
Dude, if it's evocation, drop it and run.
I was thinking it's probably divination and it's got like a tracking spell on it. Like it's just jewelry with a tracker on it.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so it is. Hold on, I'm gonna have to look these things up.
So yeah, while he's doing that, Dirk, I'll be like, you know, probably before you guys spells, we're walking to the place for free to cast. I'm gonna be like, you know, I thought we were gonna kill him.
What? You said kill her. You were talking about me.
I thought you were he.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, he had long hair. He could have been a she.
Dude, you'd be surprised how often I get a ma'am.
Okay.
Like, it's a lot.
You look like a bearded lady, Joe.
In my voice, I still get, can I help you, ma'am? I'm like, I've got a beard and I think a fairly deep voice.
Alright, so it is transmutation.
Ooh. Possibly good, possibly dangerous.
Yeah, really.
I apparently am a thief now, guys.
Good job.
The thieves went in there and didn't get anything.
Hey, I'm not a thief. I'm a wizard. That's
Hey,
the thief
you
over
keep
there.
talking about
he tried,
thieving
to,
stuff.
he tried to make the wizard steal something, which isn't a good idea.
You keep talking about thieving stuff, so I just assumed you're a thief.
No, I want to acquire things. I don't care how they're acquired.
Well, you now have a thing.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder what this thing sells for.
Merry Christmas! If I had prestidigitation, I would make it look like it was snowing over your head right now. But I don't have that because it's useless. Because I don't like stuff that actually does stuff.
I'll cast minor illusion to make it look like it's, well, no, I can't because we decided it's only static.
You can make a snowflake appear ahead.
So, what kind of jewelry is it? Like a bracelet or a
It's a ring.
Oh shit! Put it on. Put it on.
I mean, I'm tempted to.
Do it.
I know magic can be bad, though.
You should put it on. I would never let any harm come to you.
Just so you're aware, I'm never gonna make checks against you. I just never trust you.
You're probably the smartest in the party. Actually, I think that's a true statement anyway.
That's fine. There's a lot of temptation there.
I'll put it on.
Give it to Rhombus, he'll put it on.
I'll put it on.
Alright.
Oh god.
I did not anticipate you all getting. Hold on. Give me.
Spend the next hour attuning to the ring.
Yeah, you have to spend an hour like attuning to the ring.
I don't think you have to do that just to put it on. Just
Yeah, no, you can put it on, but if you just put it on, it doesn't do anything. You don't feel like any magic, but you're like, oh, well, I probably need to, attune to it.
Right.
Maybe you could identify it first.
If I had identify, that would probably work.
I don't think you need just the spell. I think it's possible to identify it without it. Or I might be thinking Pathfinder, but... I thought that if you actually spent an hour instead of attuning it, if you spent an hour just researching it or looking at it or checking it out, that you could actually learn its properties.
Wow, I didn't realize you could use identify to figure out what spells are affecting a creature.
Man, I forgot. What page is...
By the way, identify also costs 100 DP pearl.
Yeah, that's always been the case.
Yeah.
That's why we needed them so bad in the Woodback Dungeon.
Alright, so let's see.
Alright, identifying a magic item. Identify is the fastest way to do it. Alternatively, a character can focus on one magic item during a short rest while being in physical contact with the item. At the end of the rest, the character learns the item's properties as well as how to use the item.
Isn't that what attuning does?
No, well, I mean, you could attune to it blindly and put it on, or you could spend a short rest and figure out what it does first.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Tuning is often a requirement to be able to use it.
Right. So like you could do like the short rest to like learn its properties, and then you're like, oh, it's a ring of
Water breathing.
Warhammers are better, and you're like, oh, I don't want to tune to this. I should give this to Tiny.
Right, right. Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
You should probably do it somewhere else.
Yeah, let's not do it here. Like, just hold on to the ring, and then when we do our next short rest, you can spend that time figuring out what it does.
Okie dokie.
You're welcome, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. Hopefully it turns into something we can sell and acquire things to be able to do what we really want to do with money.
Yeah, money, money, money.
Hey, money, money, money equals familiar, familiar, familiar.
I don't care. So, if it gets me a wand of darkness, you win. Otherwise,
But you already have darkness. Why do you want a wand of darkness?
because I can only cast it like twice.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Ever.
Ever?
Dude, warlocks get 4 spell slots at their maximum level.
All right. So, do you spend some time tuning to it, Corey?
Not a tuning. We're gonna go someplace back to our house or something and do
Okay.
the
He's gonna do
identify.
the identify one without casting identify, like basically just spending a short rest,
Figuring out what it
holding
does.
on to it, and going my precious, and then
Okay.
it tells him what it does.
Okay.
Mostly for me in character, this involves making drawings of it, on a piece of paper and sketching and conjecturing one.
I still don't think this is something we should do like right away. Like we
No,
don't
not
need a short
necessarily.
rest right now, so let's like continue doing our stuff, and then when it comes time for our next short
Yeah.
rest, you could spend your time during that short rest identifying this ring.
Sounds good.
I still want to go and look at the places that were.
Yes, that was going to be my next suggestion as well.
Yep, let's go.
Listen to the bounty hunter. He tracks people for a living.
That's true.
The only one who's found any information on it.
That's true. That was good.
Would it be a little bit less conspicuous if we left our weapons at the house, or do you think we're fine?
I look at my body and go, weapons?
People have weapons. I don't
I
think
look
it'd be.
over at Peridot in like armor and carrying a long sword and a shield.
Oh, those things. You should not place such stock in such physical matter.
That's what I'm
All
saying.
right, Master Kenobi.
You're gonna leave me behind.
So unsophisticated.
All right. So yeah, Peridot agrees.
You get me a lightsaber, I'll use it.
Peridot agrees to leave her sword and shield and stuff behind, but takes like her, knife, which would I guess be like a short sword or something. Tucks in her belt.
Promise needs his hammer. We gotta like hammer stuff in. He's a carpenter. He's Jesus.
Okay.
Merry
Alright.
Christmas.
So yeah, so everybody drops their stuff, or not everybody. I guess Peridot
Not
does.
disarming. I don't know why we even talked about disarming.
So no one drops their stuff.
No one drops their stuff. Moving on. You're gonna have to be more convincing than that, Joe.
Yep, apparently.
Everybody in the streets got knives and staves and shit.
Yep. So okay. So yeah, you go and find the other 4 places and figure them out. Except there was one that is outside the wall, which I changed. So you can go outside the wall.
We can take the tunnels and go to that one. There's one of the tunnel exits that lead outside the wall.
I'm going to go to the ones inside the wall.
Yeah, we can do that. I just don't want
Okay.
to exit the wall through
Yeah.
the gate in case it's the same guards.
Sure.
Okay.
I may have made some enemies last time we came through here.
They're probably night shift guards, though.
So yeah, you're able to find all 3 of them pretty easy. You're sneaky about it. No one sees you. You speak the goblin secret word, and all 3 of the tunnels that you go to open up.
Well, I'm more interested. I want to use survival around the tunnels and
Okay.
just kind of see what I can figure out.
All right. So let's see.
Or I want to look for tracks and signs of passage. And
Yeah, JJ, I think to be clear, he's not looking for like the different things around the goblin exits. He's looking at the places where we were told that the investigator has been.
Oh, right.
Stuff.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So go ahead and roll your survival.
Do you have to be trained to assist somebody in something like that?
Probably not.
No, helping is an action that gives
Yeah,
advantage.
I figured that we'd all be kind of there, and he'd be like doing his like professional thing, and we'd be like, "Hey, is this something? Is this maybe
Okay.
something?"
Yeah. So that would give him advantage, right?
Yeah.
So 15. Yeah. So you're able to, find a boot print of somebody that you would expect to be the height of the investigator. You notice that it is not a very like treaded boot. It's like a very like flimsy, so you know that it's like a quiet, kind of like a stealthier, kind of like a moccasin versus like a a knock boot.
Oh
how
shit.
common are those around here?
Not very common. Most people wear like work boots around here because it's muddy in District 9, and so a lot of people wear like pretty heavy boots with soles on them and stuff.
The goblins are being stalked by an American Indian.
Is
You-
it muddy outside of the bar?
Yeah, it's pretty muddy everywhere in District 9. You also notice that their footprints don't sink as deep, so they're like, light on their feet, and and maybe they're lighter than normal. Oh, and there's also more than one set of footprints that seem to mirror the actions of the one that you found to be similar to the investigator.
So they actually
your
appear to
body.
be moving together.
Yes.
Okay. I think I would use this information to wait outside the bar and watch as people enter and try and identify him by his footstep.
Well, let's go look at the other spots first, just in case you get any additional information.
Yeah, because we still have hours until we expect him to be there,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. So that's the place that would be near you all, near your house that you investigated. The other ones you don't find much information. The other ones are more well traveled, so they're like a lot of footsteps, but they're walked over frequently, and you can roll a survival to see if you find any additional stuff. But with like your immediate glance, you don't find much.
Let's assist. I see 10 footprints over here. Are these important?
All right. So with the 16, you don't find much more additional information.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, JJ, at the inn, was there any sort of like security? Like they didn't check weapons or anything at the door. Like they just have kind of guards hanging out in there, right?
Yeah, they didn't really have any security. But well, you probably haven't been around this part of town long enough to hear stories and stuff. But
At the very least, the off-duty guards are in there, and if they-
Right. Yeah.
yeah, they probably don't want their local, jam being, fucked up too much.
All right.
So, you guys want to go hang out at the bar for a while, go back to your house. You can do your short rest to identify.
Yeah. Let's do a short rest.
I'll be outside the bar once it gets to be not quite dusk, but
Okay.
I want to be there.
All right. So you spend your short rest, Corey, identifying the ring, and you're like studying it, and you learned that it can make you be able to change your appearance. So almost you get
Alter self.
You get alter self at will. And
Alter self or disguise self?
alter self, like you can feel like you can actually change your skin and stuff.
That's awesome.
And you get +2 charisma. So you're like so when you do this, you're like, man, this ring is exactly what I need. I really want this.
Oh my god, please give me this ring.
Wait, what?
Give me this ring.
You're saying I actually think that, even though Durka doesn't necessarily think that.
Yes.
You should totally give it to Lorcan because she really, really wants
He
it.
hasn't told you what
Wait.
it does yet.
Why is this ring so precious?
I don't care. Plus 2 to
Alright, so
charisma,
do I
and I
need
can
to
change
attune
my face.
Do what?
Do I need to attune it?
Yes, you would need to attune it.
Okay. So I guess I'll put it on and spend an hour attuning it if we're not going to do anything else until night.
Okay, so yeah, you feel that. So you have +2 charisma, so you instantly look prettier.
Right. I also my face, so I actually look prettier.
Yeah. So do you change your face?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Durka, just out of curiosity, is this your birthday?
Why do you ask? Because I'm just that cool?
I just had like a gut feeling that, maybe kind of like you got a precious present on your birthday, came to you on your birthday. I don't know.
I gave you a pretty precious gift. Just saying.
Yeah, pretty much, Lorcan, you're my bestie from now on.
I have that effect.
Yeah.
Why do you think Tiny travels with me? We're buds.
All right.
So I'll tell you guys what it does, and be like, this is pretty much exactly what I need.
Oh my god, when you tell me, I'm gonna be like,
All right. Okay.
Ever.
God damn it. All right, I have to print screen this so you believe me, and it has the timestamp on it. I wish there was a way like in Mac that you could print screen small things.
There it is.
What is it?
Command Shift 4,
Oh, does it
yeah.
do that?
and
Yep.
then you can like
Then
drag
it's on
a
your
rectangle.
desktop, I think.
Yeah, Command Shift 4, drag a rectangle, and yeah.
Command-
on your desktop.
Command Shift 4.
Yep.
Doesn't work on Windows 8.
Oh, I think it said Mac.
Oh no, yeah, I said I wish there was a thing in Windows like Mac.
Oh,
Yeah, you can do that with print screen. Hit Alt print
I
screen.
think you just
take a
hit
picture
alt
of the
print
window.
screen.
Well, yeah, I did.
Alt print screen puts it on clipboard.
Okay. So
Paste
well,
it in, like, Paint or
What are you showing us?
well. Okay. So, remember when I said be wary of easy come magic items?
Yeah.
Well, this was an easy come magic item.
that link, JJ, is the it gives you instructions on snipping an area of the screen.
Okay,
on
so
Windows 8.
all right, snipping tools. What is this shit? There's actually a snipping tool.
Dude, I don't use Windows 8. Don't ask me.
All right, well, I'm not. Okay.
Well, that's new for Windows 8. If you just hit start and type snipping right there.
Thought it was. How do you spell
We will
that?
trust you, JJ. What does it say?
Okay. You turn into
Yeah.
Peacock.
a
A stone peacock.
you turn into what's Durka's favorite animal?
Well, it's bestie, clearly.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you turn into a bird,
A raven.
a raven,
Okay.
as with
What?
the baleful
Like right in front
polymorph
of us?
spell.
I'm just gonna be like, that's normal, right? Like he can do that. He can look for one, and he can.
Okay.
Like,
That is an awesome ability. Holy! So this is right when Durka started to say, "Okay, here's what the ring does, guys."
Okay,
And
so
then you do a bird,
so
right?
no bullshit. I was gonna let you have this, and every time that you change shape, alter yourself, there was gonna be a 5% chance that you got baleful polymorphed.
Nice.
And I'm saving this
Yeah,
here.
you rolled a 5% chance. You rolled the 5%.
I rolled a 1, natural 1 out of 100.
Wow. Nice.
So now Durka is permanently.
All right, we now have a new plot thread. Figure out how
Wow.
to reverse a baleful polymorph.
Dude,
We don't
that's
even know.
something that's like way above our pay grade.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
polymorph isn't a thing anymore, is it?
It's not, but it's It's a magic item. Like I'm gonna make up a lot of interesting spells, and I'm gonna let you guys make up spells
Nice.
that you want. So all right, so I emailed it to you all so that you all have.
So how did this actually play out? Durka said what, like, hey guys, this ring is really awesome. And then like turns into a bird right then,
Yes.
like mid sentence.
Yeah.
Or I'd be like, oh, that is awesome. Can you actually fly around?
So I'm trying to remember how
Can you fly
polymorph works.
around?
I still like.
It's faithful polymorph. He is actually a bird now. Like
Yeah,
he doesn't
so-
just look like a bird. Like he becomes a bird.
All right.
Like,
So
for like more than 24 hours, he permanently becomes a bird.
Right.
So that's the question though. Does he currently have his own mind?
yes, now he definitely has his own mind.
So I'm like,
Um,
sweet. That's awesome. Can you fly around?
I guess so.
That's you. Come land on my arm.
I do.
Sweet. Can you turn into something else? Like
Joe, I'll look at you and be like, Petals, I have a bestie.
Durka, can you like change into something? I don't know, like a tiger, something that like can rip people to shreds.
JJ, I'm relying on you for answers to these questions.
Well, you should probably try, and JJ will tell you.
All right. So,
So my first question is, I can't talk, right?
yeah, no, you have your mind, but you lose your extraordinary, supernatural and spell-like abilities, and lose the ability to cast spells.
Yeah.
You might still be able to talk. You're a bird. You might
Well,
be able to
especially
like
as a
no,
raven.
or you might be like no or corn or.
The raven can mimic simple sounds it has heard, such as a person whispering, a baby crying, or an animal chittering. A creature that hears the sounds can tell their imitations with successful DC 10 instinct check.
There you go. You could be like no, yes, corn.
Okay, so yeah, so you are a bird without your that you did not want to become.
So I'm a bird. I can't attempt to use the ring again, I'm guessing.
Right, it like got absorbed into your body and you can't
So
take
you
it off.
could attempt it. It probably just won't happen.
Yeah, like you lose all your spell casting abilities, your special abilities.
Dude, it would have been sweet to turn into like a fighting creature, and then like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you
what I'm
get-
asking now.
could you have
I'm
gotten
sorry, guys,
levels in
role
it?
playing, like we're gonna have no reason to think that there's any reason why we have to like solve this problem, as we don't think it's a problem. Like,
Right, like, so, Durka, can you like change into a bear or something like, huge and powerful?
Durka's like,
no.
I
No.
try, I fail, and I start panicking.
so yeah, like you can look at Durka's eyes and you can see that she's like freaked out and clearly like understands what you are saying but it can't respond back and it's like freaking out.
Okay,
Alright,
it's fine.
so-
You don't have to turn into a bear. Just like turn back into yourself.
So
I start.
JJ, at that point, I'm gonna actually try to convince Joe. Like this is a normal thing of a magic item. He's not freaking out. He's just like trying to experiment of ways that this is supposed to work.
If you honestly believe that.
I don't. I want Joe to believe it.
Durka looks pretty panicked to me. But I mean,
Yeah, no. Yeah.
it's like, if you've seen this before, I guess
I mean, I gave her the item for a reason. I can feel completely confident that like
Probably
she has
right.
full control.
Dirt on the ground or mud, you have a beak, you have feet, you can probably literally write if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably.
I mean, you
right
still
now-
have your intelligence.
Probably right now. I'm just panicking.
That's fine.
Okay, Durka, stop messing the floor. Perido's gonna have a fit.
He's trying out all of his abilities as a raven. Let him see how he,
Peridot could probably just talk to me.
Peridot could just straight talk to you.
Well, is it nature animals or is it like burrowing animals? I don't remember.
It's just animals.
Oh, it's all animals. Nice.
I agree, right? I think it was just a matter of that he like it's almost like he has like an animal language, like he can just talk to animals.
What is that from?
It's from the forest gnome.
I can't believe that. That's ridiculous.
Small
think
or smaller beasts. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just be like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Joe?"
So I start talking to Peridot.
Okay.
I'm like, so Peridot, this sucks, and I can't get out of this form, and I'm stuck.
Well, where did you guys get this ring from?
Ramos, you can't
The
glance
magic
out
shop?
at me. You're at the
How
bar.
did you get? So you had enough money to buy a ring?
No, you said you were staying at the bar while we were doing our rest.
No, he said after.
When it gets close to dusk.
Yeah.
I didn't know what time it is now.
Oh, well then I wouldn't have tried to do the tricking. I thought it was just me and Joe and Corey that was there.
Martin. And Perido's there as well.
Well, you said that he dropped his stuff off and was going with them, but I still thought it was just me.
Well,
Joe.
he dropped his stuff to go looking at the
Yeah.
sites or something.
Yeah, he followed you all. He was with you all. So you're talking to Perido, and Perido's like, so y'all had enough money to buy a magic ring? Where did y'all get this money?
Dude, Lorcan gave me this ring.
I don't know.
Lorcan, where did you get this ring?
From the wizard shop.
Durka's trapped in this form and can't get out.
He's not trapped, or she's not trapped.
See, I told you she looked panicked.
She is definitely trapped.
Who
So
told
she
you?
says. She did.
Who? Where? I don't even see her.
Durka, right there, said that.
That's a bird.
Yes, Durka is a bird, and she could not
That's
get
not
out of
Durka.
it.
Watch, I'm gonna go over and kick it. I'll be like, if that were
Dude, don't kick
Durka,
Durka.
if that were Durka, she
You're
would
not
have
gonna
just.
kick me. I'm running away. Fuck you. I'm
I would
flying.
try to kick you, and I'd be like, see, if that were Durka, she would have just put me to sleep right now.
That is definitely Durka. She is literally talking to me.
I don't believe you.
Where did you get this ring? We need to undo this.
I'm all of a sudden very tired.
Eula.
Okay, Durka, come back. Don't fly away.
Eula, where did you all get this ring?
I have
just
no
told
idea.
you from a magic shop.
Which
Yeah, it
magic
was
shop?
the Magic shop.
I
I was not. I was
wouldn't
not
lie to
there.
you.
I wasn't there. I can't tell you anything about how that went down.
Alright, well, take me to the magic shop.
That's probably not the best idea.
Well, I mean,
Remember that
who
magic
else?
shop you were standing
We must-
outside of that you didn't want to walk inside? That's the magic shop.
Alright, so he's like, Durka, come with me.
Don't listen to him, Durka. He does not have your best interest at heart.
Alright, so we'll we'll have to finish that up at the end of next session. Or the beginning of next
Wow.
Did
session.
he give you an awesome magic